And next week, Plessy Thrower continues to unknowingly sip Weed Killer, injected into his flask of Bovril by Peter Seabrook. That's Gardener's World at the slightly same time next week. It's a bumper schedule of entertainment for everyone this Saturday on BBC Two, and we kick off at 7:32 a.m. for 5 hours of the Open University. At 12:35 we put our feet up for 2.5 hours laid-back entertainment with the test card. At 3 o'clock Charles Hawtrey stars in our Saturday cinema presentation, Three Little Boys. It tells the story of a trio of underage runaways who escaped their parents to sail off into the sunset with an old puff. At 4:30 there's more zany humour and excruciating puns with our favourite surrogate aunts and uncles in Playaway. At 4:55 there's another chance to see last week's edition of Man Alive, in which we profile radical new approaches to either prisons, schools, drug rehabilitation clinics, lunatic asylums or hippie communes. We hang out with the middle-class dropouts who are trying to change the society that they've done alright out of as it is. At 5:45 Nigel Starmer-Smith presents highlights of the latest protests interrupting the Springboks and their homoerotic racism. At 6:30 Peter Woods reads the news headlines en route to the BBC bar. American bender Joe Bryant is our host and Princess Anne is our guest at 6:40 as we visit Olympia for this year's Ideal Homo exhibition. And we stay gay at 7:40 in How to Pull an Intellectual. This week Melvin Bragg tries batting for the other side with Kingsley Amos.
Well, I flirted with it at Oxford like everyone else. Did you?
No, I merely flirted with the idea of it.
I thought you were queer.
In Northern Playhouse at 8:10 we find ourselves in a Leeds nightclub in Colin Welland's play Bob the Bouncer.
And you can get out.
Look, get off! Get off!
At 9 o'clock there's a party political broadcast from the Albion Free State.
If you want to be, you are. Albion Free State.
What on earth is Albion? Albion is the other England of peace and love, which William Blake...
At 9:10 we've reached the semi-final stage of this year's Pro Celebrity Strip Poker, as Susan George takes on Arthur Mollard. At 9:40 we link up with Radio 3 Stereo VHF and take a front row seat at the Royal Festival Hall as Jacqueline Dupre and pals give a moving performance of John Cage's Silence. At 10:40, artist and critic John Berger eloquently expresses his love of the Bay City Rollers.
But I think it's evident to many of the Bay City Rollers songs that the proletariat are adopting a Marxist stance against the capitalist establishment. If you take a song such as Shang-a-Lang, we sang Shang-a-Lang as we ran with the gang. singing doo-wop a dooby-doo way, and one thinks of the gang culture within the inner city slums in Glasgow, for example, which some of the boys emanate from, and this to me is a true battle cry for the proletariat.
After the late news, the midnight movie at 11:25 is Ken Russell's surreal slice of psychological 60s horror, Pauline Boaty's Nightmare, starring Pauline Boaty. And that's followed by the close-down poem, read by newcomer John Cooper Clarke.
This paper is boring, mindless and mean. It's full of pornography, the kind that's clean. Where William Hickey meets Michael Caine, again and again and again and again. You'll hear all kinds of ugliness in hideous excess, but you'll never find a nipple in the Daily Express.
And that's the lineup, this Saturday on BBC Two. Well, there's certainly plenty to look forward to tomorrow here on BBC Two, and we've still got some treats for you tonight, beginning with this week's Open Door presentation, as we examine the growing cult of BBC Two newsreader Richard Whitmore.